Hello, I'm Toycat and welcome back to another video on the internet. This one's a little bit special because it's Thanksgiving, a day which is very important, especially in the UK, where we definitely celebrate this holiday, but I figured for some of you out there who are having a very special, or maybe a not special day today, I figured why not do something we all kind of need to do and talk about the important stuff for the amount of time of this video. That's right, we're going to be talking about something, and I know what you're all thinking, no it's not that, we're going to be talking about family values instead, because that's what Thanksgiving is all about really. It's a time where you come to meet your family, and you know what comes up every single time I meet my family? That's right, it's the cave update. Today, we're going to be talking about why Minecraft needs to make mining great again, and I'm going to be doing that for a decent amount of time until the point is raised in all of you. Some of you might think this is a great joke, Toycat, like, haha, yeah, cave updates, they are a funny concept that you can make many great jokes about, but no, I actually deeply disagree with this as a concept. A cave update is something we do need in Minecraft, and what better way to prove it than to go mining, in fact, to go mining in a pretty straight line for a decent amount of time. So that's what today's video is going to be focused on. I've got me a pickaxe, I've got me a decent X coordinate, that's right, Y117, or X117, you get it, because 1.17, that's the update that most reasonably likely can be a cave update, because the Never update might update caves, but 1.17, that's going to be the update that changes caves, and let me sell you on why, just in case you think like, haha, good joke, but of course we don't really need a cave update. No, we need a cave update, and the biggest reason why, to go back to family, tradition, democracy, all the things we all vaguely agree with, right? Well, here's the thing, if you look at the most upvoted post on the Minecraft feedback website, where we decide what goes in the game, purportedly, far and away the most upvoted thing is a cave update. People want the cave update, and they don't want a cave update a little bit. They don't want a cave update like, oh yeah, it'd be nice to have one eventually, right? No, people want the cave update, and they want it on a serious level, and that's why Minecraft needs to update caves. But again, you might say, people wanting something, what does that even mean? Like, people want to go to the moon, and does it mean we should go to the moon? I actually think we should. People want to put pineapples on their pizza, but does that mean this is something we should sanction? I don't think so, and I especially don't think it's something we should sanction in Minecraft. People, are wrong about a lot of things. So let's ignore the people factor. Let's ignore that Minecraft claims to be a game which cares a lot about what their players want, but seemingly at the same time is not adding the single most requested thing, despite that having been the case for years now, and despite the fact that Minecraft caves have not been updated for a serious amount of time. We're talking literally going back to 2011 or 12, depending on what you count as the last cave update. Let's ignore those things, and let's talk about how and why Minecraft should update their caves. So the first, and I would say the kind of key starting off reason right here, is going to have to be the fact that, of course, Minecraft needs to focus on the later game stage of the thing. Every update Minecraft does has a heavy focus on the new player, and that makes a lot of sense. However, you've already got 177 million players in Minecraft. It's actually likely much more. We're simplifying that down quite a bit. But Minecraft has over 100 million players actively playing every single month. Those players don't need things which you can access immediately. I mean, they might enjoy that, but who knows for sure. But what they need, what players need, is more reasons to keep playing the game they already have. They need existing parts of the game to be fleshed out, and that's something we've actually seen Minecraft do quite a bit. This is concerning, by the way. That's something we've actually seen Minecraft kind of pay attention to, and do quite well, I would say, recently. Like, they are adding, better and new parts to things like the Nether. They're adding new aspects to the oceans, to villages. They're taking existing game mechanics and they're making them so much better. And one of those, I think, would be great. Why is the parrot following me around today? I really have to question that. It's going to have to be the caves. Why don't we have a cave update? The answer is, not because we don't need a cave update, not because it wouldn't be a good idea, it's question marks, is ignoring the key demand for it. So hardcore content's going to have to be the first reason we need a cave update, and it's going to be the one that I want to focus on at least some amount here, because Minecraft had a really cool update to focus on late game content. It was 1.14, the super scary update. It didn't add many features, but every feature it added had some really cool aspects to it. The wither and beacons are something that players still aspire to today, and aspirational content that makes you want to be good enough to do it, is something that games need, especially games like Minecraft, because even if most players just want to make a nice house, they don't care about what's down and below. Knowing that down below there is something complex that doesn't take literally 5 minutes in a YouTube tutorial to learn about, knowing there's something down there worth finding out about, that's something that is good for players to know, and that's something that Minecraft really has skipped a beat by not doing. So we found another cave, but we're going to skip it because we're mining at 117 today, because the longer we think about, mining at 117, the longer we believe in ourselves, the more likely it is that eventually 1.17 will be the cave update. That's just facts. That's just straight up logic right there. No faults or flaws in the way I'm saying these words. So, yeah, as well as, the idea I think is fairly simple of like, hey, should we have a cave update? Yes, we should. Why should we have a cave update? Because people want it, and because make Minecraft content a bit more hardcore. But what else beyond just these two measly reasons? I mean, like, again, people are wrong about the things they want a lot of the time. People, don't know what they want some of the times. And also, with to do with hardcore content, who's to say that's good? Why shouldn't we just focus on more and more features like the parrot, if he's still on my shoulder? He is. Because what a great addition the parrots are, right? I mean, it changes my Minecraft experience so much. It makes me more likely to recommend Minecraft to a friend. I was thinking, like, you know what? Is my friend Dave someone who would enjoy Minecraft? Actually, probably nah, I don't think he would. Wait, Dave loves parrots, and you know what? There are parrots in Minecraft. That is a real piece of logic, I think. Maybe someone must think at some point. No, let's be honest, the cute mobs and the entry game content sound cool on the surface, and maybe they get players back into the game, but if Minecraft is correct about having 100 million people playing Minecraft every month, they already have most players getting back into the game every month without needing new surface level reasons. And in fact, the surface level reasons are the thing that make Minecraft least accessible to those new players. The reason, it's been said before, the reason why we only have diamond, iron, I only have diamond tools on me, but the reason we only have diamond, and then iron, and then stone, and then wood, the reason we don't have a tier above diamonds or anything like that is because they want Minecraft to be accessible to new players who have just gone back into the game. And that's a pretty valiant goal. That's a pretty, good goal to have out there. However, if that's their reason, if their reasoning is they want to make it easy to get back into, the surface level content is the easiest stuff to make the game feel familiar. You want the game to feel familiar, but then when you get into it, you gotta realize it's different and there's more to explore than before. The first time I played Minecraft and I realized ravines were a thing, I didn't realize that, it was actually because I played the console edition where ravines weren't a thing yet. I played Java where I didn't realize that they'd been updated. It was such a cool experience to just dig into them and realize that, oh yeah, the game looked the same on the surface, but down below the surface, it was much better. And, down below the surface, you can see how perfectly that ties into what we're talking about. By the way, this whole time I've been hearing, oh, the noises of the bird on my shoulder. It makes a lot of sense, actually. Yeah, I think having more reasons to dive into the actual depths of the game and to actually, I think having things below the surface, having deep layers of Minecraft, having things that are worth discovering, those are the sorts of things that are going to make people and make people feel like it's a game worth exploring again. Whereas if you find a dolphin, and then the dolphin is just a dolphin that you can feed kelp and it'll point you to a structure, I don't know if that's enough. And most people don't even know that dolphin thing. Most people don't use that dolphin thing because it's not actually so useful. But if you had an entirely brand new structure, a whole new dimension to explore, which is why I think the Nether update's a good update, but you know what would be a better update? The cave update, because that's not something you have to go to a whole different dimension. You have to find out. I guess I did some dive mining around here. It's not something you have to find out about, right? It's not something you have to do any form of effort towards. It's something that is just down there below the ground, which is somewhere most players need to go at some point. You might discover that your diamond mining technique leads you into something else now, and boom, now those 5-minute YouTube videos turn into much more complex things if you add more complex mechanics. So yeah, I felt like that was a little bit of an advertisement for like, wouldn't it be cool if cave videos were better? But yeah, this video is all in a cave. You notice how you're not expecting the unexpected right now? We ran across lava a couple of times, and if we're lucky, we'll run across diamonds once or twice. That's about the most you can expect, and expecting the unexpected would be great, which is why I like, here's my next reason, in case you don't like those ones so far. I like the idea that there should be more challenges in Minecraft. I like, the beacon being an aspirational piece of content. It's something that even if you can't do, and you don't expect you ever will be able to do. Let's be honest, most players, statistically speaking, will never make beacons, but seeing them and hearing like, oh yeah, you can do this, all you've got to do is defeat the Wither boss, the hardest thing in Minecraft, then you've got to, craft one of these things and get enough minerals, which incidentally, you get below the ground, and then you can have this crazy cool thing. Most players won't be able to do it, but having a thing to aspire to is something games need to worry about. And again, the underground of Minecraft, you might say, well, most players don't want to mine or need to mine, but you want them to think there's some reason to. You need players to not think it's just a dead part of the game, and, you know, on the surface you might say, why do we need to care about them? You know, like, it's not a thing. They're not the money-making players, and that's true. If people are most hooked into Minecraft, you know, the surface level players who don't know too much about it are probably the ones most likely to pay for the maps or something along those lines. But you need to give people a reason to think Minecraft is a deep game that eventually they can master. Eventually you can make a beacon. Right now, you watching this video, you probably know this already, but you know, at some point in time, you will be able to make a beacon. It's something that's in your possible future. I mean, that's how it seems to me. I mean, you can disagree for yourself if you like to, but it's very possible that one day you'll craft a beacon, that one day you'll get your first wither kill, etc, etc. It might be very hard, especially if you play Bedrock where the withers are much harder, but you can do that eventually, and we need to have more things like that below the ground. When I never had diamond tools the first, like, long time I played Minecraft. When I found my first diamonds, by the way, our walk forwards brings us through an abandoned mine shaft. See, here's a cool example. Rare thing below the ground. Most players won't interact with it in every single world, but isn't it fun to find? I think it's very fun to find. And it's just one of the many examples of things that are kind of like this. So, yeah, we're going to just walk around and through. We could chop down the fences as we go, but we'll just walk around them for now. Look at that. Diamonds in the abandoned mine shaft. Isn't that a story? Isn't that a unique thing that you want to be like, oh, wow, I legitimately found diamonds at the very edge of an abandoned mine shaft. I explored this place. I didn't actually explore it. I just got lucky. I explored this place and I found some diamonds as a result. That's cool. That's a story-worthy moment. That's the sort of thing that might, you know, like that level of engagement is what makes games great. Games should be engaging. They should have things to aspire to. Things you might not have a, you know, you might not have a guarantee. Oh man, I just lost a lot of stone, I think. You might not have a guarantee. You know, let's put this one out, shall we? You might not have a guaranteed chance of, you know, ever coming across diamonds, and again, a lot of players don't. But diamonds are still cool for existing, and everyone knows the feeling of diamonds must be great, even those who haven't done it. Why don't we have things like that, but on deeper levels? Why is it that diamonds, something most Minecraft players have done and are kind of over at this point, why is that the highest level that the game goes to at this point, you know? Why is there no, again, higher, more? Did I just, see, my parrot just died. See, burned to death. Just like, you know, my dreams of getting a cave update every single time they announce something, and they don't even hint that the players want to see caves updated. Just saying, real problem, real problem. So as well as that being a problem, as well as my parrot dying being very sad for me, you know what? He's a martyr for the cause. If I have to kill 1,000 parrots to get a cave update, I would do it. I would do it in a heartbeat, because it's something that wouldn't just be great because, oh yeah, it's aspirational content. Not just great because the players want it. Not just great because, you know, we need to make Minecraft a game, you know, which has more content that makes you want to dive back into it and stuff like that. We need to also, you know, bear in mind that Minecraft's mining system is quite shallow right now. And not just shallow in the sense that, like, oh yeah, it doesn't really have many mechanics. You get a pickaxe, which you can enchant, admittedly, but you don't need to. I just enchant it to save me the smelting trips afterwards, because I get stone every time. I also get ores directly, which is sometimes useful. So, like, yeah, you can enchant your pickaxes, you can make them last a bit longer, but even then, the whole mining aspect of Minecraft is pretty shallow, and it's shallow in terms of the mechanics, but it's also shallow in terms of, quite literally, there is not much in terms of caves you can explore. There is only 60 blocks difference on average between the surface of Minecraft, you know, where the stuff is happening all the way up there, about 50 blocks above me right now, and the bedrock, where you can no longer mine. And that seems like something the game should try to vary a bit more. I think, given there's so much airspace above a Minecraft world, I think, and given that Minecraft doesn't want to, you know, change around the blocks, we'll talk about that later, it would be really cool to make the depth of Minecraft much greater, because most games that have mining, think about the Terrarias, think about any, you know, 2D game with mining, they have so many deep, complex, you know, lots of ores, lots of things to be found, some of which are found much, much deeper down, whereas right now we have diamonds, which is found deep down, but even when you're doing speedruns of Minecraft, it takes you 3-4 minutes to get to diamond layer, and then anywhere from, you know, 4 minutes to a ridiculous amount of time. It really depends on luck, but because that's how diamonds work right now, it's all luck. There's no skill mechanic, to go back to what I was saying. But, you know, like, all it takes for you to find diamonds is to be at the right lair. There's no skill based beyond that, and given that the only thing it's based on is its depth, there isn't much depth in Minecraft. Minecraft is not deep enough in terms of mechanics, but also in terms of, you know, pure depth in that way. There just isn't enough stuff down here. And I think it'd be cool if instead of, you know, right now I'm at Y10, there's only a few blocks I have to go down, and then we'll find, wait, let's do it from just over here to prove a point. We go down literally 5 blocks, we'll start to see our first bedrock appearing, which is kind of rare, and then we go down a few more blocks than that, and what do you know? That's all bedrock. No way to go any further. This is the end. There is no beyond this. 2 ways Minecraft could do this. One is to decrease or increase the minimum limit in the same way that it used to be Minecraft had a height limit of 128 blocks. That was it. That was fact. That was the highest it could ever go. Then they decided, you know, boldly, what if we made it higher? And then they went up to 256 blocks. What if the height limit what if the height floor, the ceiling, but yeah, I guess it's the floor. There's the floor on the ceiling as far as mathematical terms go. So right now, the ceiling of Minecraft was raised from 128 to 256, and there's always murmurings of increasing it up to 512 even. Why don't we have the, you know, the floor of Minecraft go down from 0 to minus 128? Would it be cool if this bedrock became passable in some way? What if that was the cool, wonderful challenge? That'd be great, right? That would be a cool way to take existing worlds and be like, hey, we know there's no content down there. We can generate some for you. One of the biggest problems Minecraft has is they can't change biomes, they can't change the generation of the world without kind of cheating players who have already started building. But if you literally go below bedrock, an area that is not accessible by the players right now, you can circumvent that problem pretty easily, actually. So let's just, oh god, I'm on fire. But you can circumvent that problem really, really easily, and that makes it therefore one of the best ways to add content to Minecraft. How many ways can you think of to add content to Minecraft that is equally accessible to new players and to existing ones who already have worlds they care about a lot? Going back into the whole, you want people to be invested in their Minecraft worlds thing, or you should, you know, if you're not just a, you know, like a company that tries to churn out microtransactions, which I hope Minecraft isn't, you know, even though you sometimes see things that point the other way, which makes me sad when I see those. But like when you see, if Minecraft wants to be a game company that makes games that people enjoy, then one of the things you should do is give people more reasons to enjoy their long-term worlds. One of the coolest ways would be if there's some rare, hard, unique thing, maybe even have to defeat a boss first or something like that. But what if you make a way to break bedrock? What if you take one of the fundamentals of the game and you flip it upside down? What if you make soft bedrock and hard bedrock, where all existing bedrock becomes soft, or all of the bedrock below your world becomes soft bedrock that is theoretically breakable, or something along those lines? And then there's the deep caverns, the scary place beyond that could go another 128 blocks deep. That would be astounding, incredible. Rather than, you know, just trying to do what they're doing right now, which is like keep the game broadly the same and just kind of add a new lick of code every now and then. Wouldn't it be cool if we could literally revolutionize the concept of mining, rather than just have like, oh yeah, do you know how mining works? You go in a straight line and eventually diamonds show up. I found 5 diamonds so far. How many will we find before the end? I don't know for sure. By the way, happy that holiday that everyone celebrates. If you're actually curious how I'm spending my Thanksgiving, I'm actually in America for the first time on Thanksgiving. Although I'm spending it with someone who doesn't celebrate Thanksgiving, so there's my 1000 IQ play right there. Go to America for Thanksgiving, then, you know, like country of Thanksgiving to celebrate Thanksgiving, then stay with someone who doesn't believe in Thanksgiving. That's me being super smart right there, I think. Anyway, so you know, that was my minute to be human, but I'm not human. Not while there's no cave update, at least, because you know what, this lack of an update removes my humanity. Again, not just about the idea that they can match other games, not just about the idea that they can make more reasons for hardcore players to get into it, or the players want it, you know? The players that, in an ideal world, a games company should be there to serve. Because if you have happy players, you have happy payers. If instead, Minecraft seems to pursue the model where it's like, what if we found a model of, you know, a whole demographic of people who could pay for Minecraft without really liking it right now? Because right now, you need to not like Minecraft some amount to want to buy the transactions they put in there. They've put themselves in a position where, like, you know, they're like, you know, this is turning into a microtransaction rant. It shouldn't do. That's fine. That's a whole separate issue for a whole separate thing. But yeah, no, I really do think there is this this wide gulf between the way things are and the way they perhaps could be, and sometimes that bums me out. And that's something we talk about a lot on this channel, but we're not talking about it today, because instead, you know, I have some other important things I'd like to share, because the shallow mining system, it's kind of a bum, right? The lack of, the literal, it's so, there's no skill to mining right now. There's no reason to do so many of the things. Also, here's 64 iron now. There's no reason to do so many of the things that we should have reasons to do, and there's no skill towards doing them. Wouldn't it be great if you made Minecraft more skill-based? Well, I mean, Jeb said before, even directly on his combat update post, that like, oh yeah, skill is not the single most important thing about Minecraft. Minecraft even needs to be simple in some ways, because it's just block-based, etc. I actually can kind of get that. However, no matter how simple or easy or accessible you think mining should be, I think you've got to remember that Minecraft is a game which has one of its fundamental points being exploration. The reason that Minecraft works better when it's a living world rather than just a super flat, because super flat's an option on every Minecraft version. Do you know why 99% of players don't pick it? Because they like that Minecraft is a world that feels alive, or at least feels varied and feels different. How many, like, hundreds of blocks have we gone so far? Just under 1,000, right? We've mined about a quarter of the way through this pickaxe, and through all of that journey, even if you're the most hardcore miner, you like mining even more than I do, because let's share this one right now. You know, the reason this video is about family and love and stuff is because I love mining, and you might think, haha, hyperbole. No, mining is something that I think is such a cool game mechanic. I've liked so many games just for their mining, and that's why I've always done so much mining in Minecraft. I have hundreds of legitimate diamonds in this world that I've just collected over time. I have no reason for them. I've never crafted my own diamond armor. I've never... I used to make diamond pickaxes, but even now, I don't have a need to create diamond pickaxes. There is no more need for the diamonds in Minecraft, but I do it anyway, because I like it that much. But I'm in a minority. I'm in an extreme minority. Most players are not... don't feel like there's a reason to go down here, because there's one thing you can get. It's diamonds. You need some of those early game, because it's the easiest way to get them early game. After that, you're kind of just good, right? You're kind of just ready to roll. Ready to... you know, keep it's very, very, very easy for you to just not go down again once you get your first diamonds, because trading's the best way to get certain diamond tools and even some diamond armors. And if you want enchanted stuff, trading too, but also you can just go, you know, to end cities, and you can get, there's lots of places where it's just found in natural loot, and I get why they did that. They want to balance out, they want to give you reasons to go to those places too, but in the quest to make the end and the nether and underwater so explorable, they forgot that they removed the one thing that made the underground explorable. And even then, even when the underground was worth exploring, it wasn't worth exploring by a lot. It's not this great bastion of exciting things to find, etc. No, the underground, if we're being entirely honest, is the same everywhere. It's very repeatable and expectable, and even though we've mined through multiple updates worth of underground, have you noticed this world was made 2012? Yeah, 7 years ago as of this May. So it's 7.5 years, because May is 6 months away from November. That is correct, I'm pretty certain. So this world was made 6 months ago. Sorry, 7 years, 6 months, and a few days ago. So bear in mind, we have a pretty old Minecraft world, right? Have you noticed the difference in the caves across that time? No, that's the crazy thing. The exploration factor hasn't just stayed the same in terms of if you have the same world, there's no reason to go down there. It stayed the same across all of that. Minecraft needs to have a living world that feels like it really exists and isn't just a part of some like, again, it shouldn't feel like it's just a lot of random things thrown together. It should feel like it's a purely unique world that belongs to you. When you make a Minecraft world, it's yours. Always remember, no matter what anyone says to you, no one can take away your Minecraft world, because it's your Minecraft world. This is something you are in full control and full ownership of. But at the same time, even though that's true, even though this is your world, even though you can do whatever you like with it, even though that is definitely a true point, a true fact that is hard to deny, there is this kind of aspect. Also, I lost a lot of stone. I'm going to pick it up because I actually do need stone in this world. It's funny, the reason I go mining these days, I don't need iron so much. Like, I could use iron, but, you know, there are more efficient ways to get that. I could use diamond stuff, but there's more efficient ways to get it, like I've said before, and I don't really even need to use it. But the funny thing is I actually need stone in huge quantities. And underground is the best way to get stone, because, I mean, I could make cobblestone with a cobblestone generator or something, but, like, this is the most effective way to do what I'm trying to do, is what I'm trying to say right here. But yeah, so, leaving aside that miniature rant, which is kind of funny to me that it literally is the stone that brings me to the underground, not the rare resources, the things they put down here. Like, emeralds might be nice, but, I mean, you'd have to mine under an extreme hill. Basically, there's no reason to explore the underground in Minecraft. This is a deep shame, or rather a shallow shame, I mean, if we're sticking to what Minecraft caves actually are. But there is no real reason to come down here. And if there's no reason to come down here, there's no reason to explore here. And even if you choose to explore here anyway, you don't feel like you're exploring. You feel like you're trudging through the undergrowth. Maybe that's realistic. I mean, the underground in the real world is pretty boring, I imagine, for only 1,000 meters. But no, actually, when you think about different biomes, think about what's under a mesa biome, you're gonna find more fossils or stuff like that, which you actually can find in the represented in Minecraft. But, like, if you dig below different biomes, you should have different biomes down there. Or even better, something we've seen is vaguely existent in the game code, the idea of cave biomes that are separate to the above ground biomes. What if this was just one type of cave, and if we went, you know, 500 blocks, we came across another one which has better odds of spawning different structures. Then we went another few hundred blocks, we find another cave biome. These could be distinguished in different ways, or maybe you're not meant to know about them. It just, the Minecraft undergrowth feels varied. Some biomes, like the mesa below there, because there's another biome that's vaguely worth mining for, but at the surface, weirdly enough. But, like, what if, again, hear me out on this crazy, wacky, wild idea, what if, you know, there were reasons to explore because you could find different biomes, which could then have different reasons to be there. I really do want stone right now. What if there was a block that could drop multiple bits of stone, but was only found in certain biomes? Then I'd be mining there, looking for the, you know, the hardened stone, I guess the densified stone. I guess densified and hardened would be similar in terms of mining. But yeah, what if instead of just like instant breaking, hey, we found diamonds. See? Exciting, right? It has like a little face on there even. Looks like a real thing that's worth looking at. But is it? I don't know about that. I really don't know about that. So yeah, wouldn't it be great if, hey, we're at 13 diamonds now. Am I going to use these in any way? No. Literally once every year or so, I make a video where I just mine my... Oh, 2 sets of diamonds in a row. See, that is a rare coincidence. I actually think that's super cool that we just did that. We just went from 5 diamonds to 19 that fast. That is very rare to find not only 2 diamonds in the same chunk, by the way, 2 veins of diamonds on the same layer, like 5 blocks apart. Crazy cool. Crazy cool we found that. And that's the benefits of mining a 1.17. 1.17 because of 1.17. Are there more in this cave, actually? I mean, it'd be cool to find 3 veins together. See, I'm now stuck on the gambler's fallacy that, like, well, if you've got lucky before, you're going to get lucky again. This is why gamblers always think there's, like, streaks of luck. I'm going to lose some gold. That was a waste. Like, there are streaks of luck. Like, oh, yeah, no, you're on a winning streak. You don't want to stop gambling now. Not how gambling works at all. But you know what? No one knows any better because we're all poor, uneducated plebs because there's no cave update. You know, the cave update would make us more sophisticated people. No, that's obviously all a joke. And you know what? It's okay to be uneducated. I mean, actually, it's not. I feel like that's the one pretty basic premise of a lot of the things we talk about in this channel. Of just, like, have your opinions. But your opinions don't have to come from nowhere. If you have an opposition to the cave update, it shouldn't just be because, oh, too many people want it. I mean, again, too many people wanted, I don't know, world peace. Doesn't mean it's not an amicable goal. Unless right now you're that sort of person who's like, nah, actually, too many people want world peace, actually. Let's start World War V. Or 3. I mean, in my head, you should do them in chronological order. I definitely agree. But, you know, I could be convinced to believe otherwise. But yeah, so the real lack of variety when you're mining around is something that is discouraging to exploration. And when you discourage exploration in a game like Minecraft, you remove one of its key tenets. The game has been around for 10 years, and you can either say it's perfect and never needs to change, but then why update the elements that you do decide to update? Or you can say Minecraft is great, Minecraft's this amazing base that we can make better and better and better. But then you have to admit the things that were flawed when they were first added. Let's be honest, you know, all the great things Notch might have done for the game were his underground designing skills the best. I mean, the game was called Cave Game, but he very quickly left the cave aspect of Minecraft. Like, admittedly, the cave algorithm, the way it works, is really fascinating. It's really impressive for something done by one person in a matter of, like, you know, a few weeks of just playing around with something. This is incredible. This is astounding, the amount of depth that Minecraft caves have, given that amount of development. But when you have hundreds of employees all working on Minecraft things, do you think 100 employees, perhaps with months between them, could do better than one person with a few days on his hands, or a few weeks on his hands? Again, the time frames of like how much development time it took is hard to say. I would guess, because this was like a passion project for Notch in the beginning, that he probably spent a lot more than, you know, an 8-hour day or a 9-hour day. 9 to 5, would that be 8 hours? I guess it would be, because a working week is 40 hours. And like, yeah, most people, when you're employed for someone, you work 40 hours a week. Yeah, but when you love something, when it's your little baby, you might work a little bit more than 40 hours in a week. And that would be something I'd guess happened with Minecraft. But still, yeah, no matter how many hours you work in a week, 100 people, 4,000 hours in a week, even if they're just working 9 to 5s. Hey, more diamonds. We are killing it with the diamonds today. You know what? I love mining now. I used to think I didn't like it. But then I came across all of this, and, you know, now I'm starting to realize that all I need is bribes, and then I'll be happy. Which is true. Right now, Mojang, you watching this? You want to get this pesky cave update guy off your back? Just send some money and a cave update. Yeah, I will take any bribe in the form of a cave update. I will. The things I'll do for a cave update. Hit me up. Send me an email. I'll do depraved things for you, Mojang, in exchange for a cave update. You better believe that that's something you can make happen. Are you just a rogue employee at Mojang? You think you can swing there, get a meeting happening, swear there'll be a cave update? That'd be great. And you know why that'd be great? It's not just great because I want one. It's not just great because we know there are many members of the people watching this channel. You know, let's be honest, people I care about more. If you subscribe to my channel, I'm sorry, I care about you more than I care about people who aren't subscribed to my channel. Because you've shown to me that, one, we have something in common, and two, you know, you support the livelihood that makes literally the lifestyle I live possible, and that's something I enjoy. That's why I'm in America for Thanksgiving, because I am able to take, you know, like 6 days off randomly for a holiday that doesn't even really make sense, just because I wanted to do something wacky in terms of, like, again, I think I've mentioned before, I'm flying Air France. I don't even like French things, but I'm giving it a whirl because I like trying new airlines out. The fact that I'm able to do that is because of you subscribers, but even though I care more about your opinions, even if we leave that besides, if we leave besides my opinion and the opinion of all the people subscribed to this channel, there is an overwhelming democratic mandate for a cave update. If you want to care about what your players think, if Mojang really is this company that it claims to be, that is super, 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 you know, progressive and, you know, forward-thinking, and it's not a normal type of company, it's a type of company that's really, you know, again, like, inclusive and cares about the people, etc., then care about the people who want to see Minecraft Cave updated. It's a huge, you know, again, we're talking about 5-digit number of people who have been asking for this for, you know, like, in most people's case, like, over a year. I don't know how long I've been saying that Minecraft mining needs to be updated. It's been years and years and years now. I love that a movement has sprung up around that. I love that so many people are now on board with the cause. But there have been years of people like myself suggesting this. There have been years of it being the most asked for thing in Minecraft. Why doesn't that be a thing? If the explanation is, if democracy is not your reasoning behind why you implement new features, what is? We need to hear. But even if you ignore democracy, even if you ignore that, Minecraft needs more hardcore features, it needs more aspirational features, it needs more depth, it needs more of all of these things, and that's something I would like to see the game add. So, yeah, I think we've done a pretty good job here today. I've made the case for the cave update. It's going to be ignored. This video wasn't for Mojang. This video is for all of you, because I think today, the 28th of November, is a special day. It's a day that you give thanks. Yeah, you give thanks. The giving of the thanks. Or the Thanksgiving, you could say. And although I don't necessarily agree with the actual, like, the thing it's celebrating by itself. I think tradition doesn't need to be about the celebration itself. Like, Christmas is really a celebration about, what, like, Jesus' birthday or something like that. But it's not actually about Jesus' birthday, because his birthday wasn't December 25th. Look this up, by the way. This sounds like just a fact that someone will just say and be like, oh, I heard this and it sounds smart. No, it's actually true. The only reason that we celebrate the 25th is because the Romans wanted to get the pagans on board of celebrating, you know, the Christian stuff, but they kind of weren't. They're like, what if we move the dates so that it fit your thing? And then that way, even when they celebrated their pagan religions, they were technically celebrating Christmas. And yeah, that compromise, silly as it may be, not even really a compromise, it was just a way to make it look like they succeeded. But that compromise is why Christmas isn't Christmas, but Christmas is Christmas, right? You know, I can say it's not Christmas all I like, but, you know, notably, every time, you know, that tree comes up, you know it's Christmas. And you don't think to yourself, it's the thing we're celebrating about. You think to yourself, here are all the previous times we've done it. Tradition doesn't need to be a thing that, you know, requisitedly celebrates a thing. I think, you know, a great example of this is you can take this both ways. Like, it can either mean, like, this is the thing which has positive memories because all the times before it was positive as well. In the same way we have negative traditions, like, oh yeah, when this bad thing happens, we know stuff's going down. World War III, no, it doesn't matter what the cause of World War III is. You feel like that's bad. And you know why? Because we have a tradition of world wars being a pretty terrible thing, generally speaking, right? You know, World War I, not a great war. You know, there's not really a bad guy to blame. World War II, though, you know, that terrible guy that everyone blames and is to blame in majority part, in I think in exclusive part actually. But you know that war, you know, the World War II, you know, notably not a very good war, right? We should try to avoid wars that have war in the name, or world war in the name even. In fact, most wars in general. You know, you hear the name war after it and you're like, oh, a lot of people died for some unnecessary cause so some politicians could, you know, move around some points on a map. That's a thing that we all hear and we all know, and that's a thing therefore you're aversive to. When you hear, I don't know, the word tax or something, maybe a good example. What are some things that are universally hated on the same level? Besides, you know, 1.15 is not a cave update. I can't think of very many, but traditions, you know, like using past patterns to identify future positive behavior doesn't just need to be about negative things, which is what a lot of people do. That's where anxiety symptoms can come from, right? Because you're like, oh god, I know what happened last time this happened. Or like PTSD is maybe a similar one, because again, a lot of random things can trigger a flashback to something else. But yeah, all these sorts of things. A lot of people are very good on negative traditions, but it doesn't mean that positive traditions don't have a place. They might seem like it's this thing that, like, you know, why do I need them? If you look at a tradition, like you look at Christmas or you look at Thanksgiving, because again, I don't have a Thanksgiving record to look at. I'm trying to defend a holiday. I have no interest in it. Probably is even bad because it's got like a colonial history, right? But you know, I'm British, therefore I love colonialism. So that's just how that one works, trust me. So you know, like even looking at this holiday that I have no interest in, I have no memories of. It's never been a thing in the UK. It's only in America, and then there's a separate one in Canada. Don't ask me why. I'm not a super genius. I just make Minecraft videos where I advocate for cave updates. But yeah, there's this interesting thing where even these traditions have their place of like they exist, and if you don't like the existing tradition, you can change it whenever you like. I used to think like birthdays were the worst thing because it's like, oh, every year this same thing's gonna happen, and then I used to like basically try not to celebrate birthdays as hard as I could. But you can make birthdays whatever you want them to be. If you want them to be a normal day, that can be your tradition. Just order pizza or something. I had a few years where I literally just did that. It was great. But now I love that every birthday I get like a card that means that people, you know, it's not actually a card, but like I basically get this like card to play where like, hey, are you free that day? Well, you have to be. It's my birthday. And like, you know, you can kind of call people onto something for that sort, and you know, it means I can hang out with friends that get friends together in a way that is harder to do in other ways. I think that's a cool thing. I think that's a cool benefit of birthdays. If you don't like that Thanksgiving has, I don't know, like what, I don't know, there's a lot of things I hate about Thanksgiving. I'm gonna guess now because this is me talking about a holiday I don't have. Awkward family conversations. You know what? You don't have to spend it with your family. You could spend it with other people probably, or you could just get pizza. Honestly, you know, any bad tradition, any bad event in your life, just replace it with memories of pizza. And I think that'll be great, right? I think that'd go wonderfully for you. So yeah, here's a very, very long YouTube video where Toycat tells you that you need pizza in your life. And hopefully also tells you that any tradition you don't like can be fixed. And any bad tradition can be avoided. But also, you know, yeah, any tradition you like should be cherished. Any tradition you don't like can be fixed. And any tradition that you think is just beyond repair, you can just ignore it or cancel it out. It's not the easiest solution because, in general, there's two things you can try and do. You can change yourself or you can change the world. Generally speaking, most of the time, you should change yourself. And that's why, you know, rather than just saying cave update, cave update, cave update over and over again, you know, I'm going to be changing myself a little bit this year. I'm going to start going for walks. And then when I get back from the walks, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to think about ways I could improve myself. And then I'm going to advocate for a cave update some more. Because this is something that is so important that my advice can't stand for it. You know what they say? Do what I say, not what I do. Do what I do, not what I say. No, do what I say, not what I do. And that's how I believe the cave update should be implemented. So thank you very much for watching this 40-ish minute video where I spoke about the important things. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And honestly, I hope you build some form of tradition into your life. Even some people, I find this fun, get that from these videos. Like, you watch it every day because they come out most days, right? And you can hear someone talk in a way that maybe isn't alien to you. Or maybe is alien to you, but that's fun too, right, in my opinion. Because I just tried to express some opinions. Oh, I tried to express my thoughts into a video, and that's, I guess, what speaking is. And I hope that's something you enjoy and something you appreciate. And if it's not, you know what, this is just Thanksgiving filler content, so tricked you anyway, didn't I? How is that on fire, but okay, it's gone. Thank you very much for watching. We mined about 1,600 blocks today. We found 25 diamonds and a whole bunch of other ores. And now I need to get out of here, so I'm going to go do that. Do you want to see more on the surface, actually? You know what they say, right? Never mine straight up in Minecraft. And that's what we're going to do right now. We're just going to mine up to either the surface or to some questionable other things. Hey, there's the surface. Pro tip, one of the cool things you can do with scaffolding now is you can make like a direct pathway down. And you can find where you end up. In this case, in the middle of nowhere, actually. I can see the the blue ice pathway, the motorway, and that's kind of cool. But yeah, no, thank you very much for watching today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it, because I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.
Listen up, we are not going to make a cave update.
But it would be a great addition.
No, we don't think it is. Now shut up.
Someone has to do something about this. What?
Hello, yes.